Hey everybody, how are you? I hope you have had an awesome Saturday. This sun has been great. We're getting some sprinkles out where I'm at right now, but the sun has been awesome and the boys are loving the end of their spring break. So we've been talking about primer for a couple of days, and it really is just that important. That's exactly why I named this live that. Primer is a big stinking deal. And I think I've said before, I wasn't a believer until I started using it. And now it is a product that I will not be without. So earlier today, I posted a picture showing you the difference of an orange with primer on half and not on the other, and then they put concealer over it. And in my opinion, you can see the value of primer just in that graphic, but I wanted to show you really on live video like how awesome it is and that it really does do what the picture says it does. I know we all can be skeptical at times. I'm a huge skeptic. So I'm going to show it to you live. There is no disputing the fact of what I'm showing you now because we're live, right? Like I'm not doing anything funny to this orange. So here we go. Standard orange. Nothing special about it. Got it at the store when I went grocery shopping last week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be applying primer to one part and not on the other side. And then after it dries, you're going to see me apply concealer and you're going to see such a dramatic difference in where the primer is versus is not. So you do not need a lot. That's all the primer I'm going to use. This will actually cover the majority of the orange. This orange is really cold. It's freezing my hands. Okay, so I'm going to put the concealer here. So it's on my right. Whatever that is in camera world, on your side. This side right here, we're putting on that primer. Now I'm rubbing that in really well, just as if I were rubbing that onto my skin. So over here, there is no primer. So I'm gonna let this dry for just a second. And then I'm gonna be using concealer, and the only reason I'm using concealer versus the foundation, honestly, it just shows up better on the camera. I do not have the best lighting in the world in my bathroom. And because it's a thicker consistency, it just shows up better on camera. But you're going to get to see why primer is so important. So as I've explained before, here's just a couple of the reasons I love primer. 1, it's going to control oil if you have oily skin. 2, it's going to give you a barrier so that your foundation and concealer is not sinking into fine lines and pores. It's also going to help you use less product because you don't need as much product now to cover your skin, again, because of that barrier. If you didn't have primer on, your foundation, your concealer will actually sink into your pores and into your skin, so you have to use more to get the coverage desired. So those are just a few of the many reasons we love primer. So now I have to remind myself where it is and where it isn't. So I put the concealer in the right place. Hold on here. Concealer's getting low. Okay, got some concealer going on. Okay, so goodness gracious, I hope I've got this right. There we go. Primer is right here. No primer here. So I'm going to switch, get this concealer going on, and we're going to put this on the orange. So this right here, that's where the primer is. You see how like the orange still has its orange skin. It's the reason that the texture on our walls is called orange peel. That's exactly what it looks like. So that is concealer over primer, right? Now, let me do the other side. Oh, sorry. Running out. Let me get a little bit more. Here we go. Okay, now we're going to do right here. This has, oh, hold on, which side? No, this side, right here. This side has no primer. So you see how that is, one, it's not nearly as opaque, right? You see how this is so much more opaque, And you see how I can see all of the little divots in this orange skin. I used the same amount of concealer and I do not get that same coverage. So that's what primer does, ladies. It's gonna fill in your fine lines and your wrinkles so that it's not settling, your makeup's not settling, but it's also gonna help you use less makeup. So the same amount of concealer in two different spots. Here's this is with primer, here's without. Like, huge difference. So that is all about primer and why we love it and why we don't go a day without it once we've tried it. So that's all I have tonight about primer. Tomorrow we are going to be talking about concealer. So we're going to talk about concealer for a couple of days. Don't forget, in this party, everyone who orders the Flawless 4 gets entered to win all of the Hostess rewards. And anyone who invites a friend and then that friend purchases, not only is the person who purchases entered, but you as the person who referred them also gets entered into winning the Hostess rewards, and you get a little something extra from me just for helping me spread the word and help me grow this awesome business. So that's all I have for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that showed just the true power of this primer and what it does for your skin. Hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see y'all later on. Bye-bye.